What's up guys, it's Ryan here, and today I'm here with a review of the Xiaomi Mi A1. So this is an Android One device from Xiaomi, which means powered by Google in terms of software, and powered by Xiaomi in terms of hardware. And well, I've been using this device for the past couple of weeks, and well, let's just get into my review. So first off, the design, which is okay. Front looks fairly, like I said, okay, but the back looks awful lot like an iPhone 7 Plus in my opinion, which isn't great because Xiaomi, they can make a pretty, handsome device, but I don't know why they did it like this. Especially considering that it's an Android One device, it's gonna be fairly popular, at least in my opinion. So I don't know why they went with a design like this. But at least it's built well. The build quality is really solid, especially considering the price point of $200. And well, it's really well built. It feels solid. It's really durable. I did drop this device for like twice, and it actually did handle itself really well without scuffing all that much. And well, it feels solid, like I said, and there's no issues with the build quality. And well, let's get with the specs. So this device is rocking a 5.5-inch LTPS display with the resolution of 1920 by 1080 and pixel density of 401, which is solid for a mid-ranger. And of course, in the world of flagships, rocking 1440p 18 by 9 displays, it's definitely not a standout by any means, but also not shabby by any means. And display is actually really quite good, really bright, although the color saturation is a little bit on the low side, especially if you're used to AMOLED displays, but it's a serviceable display nonetheless. So really no complaints about that. And Snapdragon 625, which is a pretty well-known chipset for mid-rangers, and 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of onboard storage, of course expandable by microSD card slot on the left. And it also has 3000 mAh battery, which I'll get to in a second. And unfortunately, there's no quick charge support, but at least it has the Type-C port, which is nice. Bottom firing speaker, which is okay, of course, thankfully, and headphone jack. And there's also a fingerprint sensor on the back with a dual camera system, which I'll get to later. Fingerprint sensor is actually really good though. On Android 7.1.2 Nougat, there has been some issues with the fingerprint sensors, at least in my experience. There's been some awful lot of delays and stuff like that, but now with Android 8.0 Oreo, it's a snap. With the screen on, it's also fast. So really no complaints about the fingerprint sensor at all. It's actually really good. And also there's some fingerprint sensor gestures, so you can swipe down to get to the toggles and your notification center, which is really handy. I got used to this motion super fast. And when I move to a device that doesn't have this, I really miss it. So it's really minor stuff like this that make a really good experience of using a Mi A1. So with the display, with the specs, they're pretty solid. So you can see that the performance is pretty good. Let me tone down the brightness real quick. That looks good. So with the specs and the performance, it's really no surprise. Snapdragon 625 is known for performing really well. And Mi A1 is fast. Now on Android 7.1.2 Nougat, there has been some performance slowdowns. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't all that snappy. But now with Android 8.0 Oreo update that has been released yesterday, it's now like really fast. Like not gonna lie, it's really fast. Not saying that it's been slow for the past few weeks, but now it's definitely fast to the point where I actually kind of like the performance on this device. Now, it's not as fast, it's not blisteringly fast as something like the OnePlus 3T or something like that. It's not like flagships, but it's definitely not bad at all, especially considering the price range. And, well, let's get to the battery life, which is impressive. So on Android Nougat, I got about 6 hours of screen on time, which is good, actually really good. That's mainly due to the Snapdragon 625 processor being so power efficient. But on Android 8.0 Oreo, I got outrageous 7.5 hours of screen on time, which is just nuts. 7.5 hours. That's just crazy in my opinion, especially considering that the battery is not that huge. So this is the stat that I got yesterday, not yesterday, actually today. And you can see 7.5 hours, almost 8 hours of screen on time, which is just crazy. So that's absolutely nuts. And it reaches a performance of something like the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X, which has 4,000 mAh battery with the same chipset, which cranks out 8.5 hours of screen on time. I guess this is a software that's basically tricking me or something like that, but software is really efficient, processor is really efficient, so that combo is really awesome. And software experience is just top notch. Of course, this is an Android One device like I showed you, and likewise, it's really fast. And also, it's really clean in terms of software experience. So, there's really no surprise with the software. It's really fast and really fluid and really clean and really refreshing to use a stock Android device again. And really, there's really not a lot of features, but that's also kind of a good thing in my opinion, because it just gets out of its own way. So you can customize the Android experience. And as you can see, it has Android 8.0 Oreo with that weird Easter egg, and of course December security update. So with the software, it's like I said, no surprise, it's really fast, really clean. So software experience could be the reason why you want to buy the Mi A1, and I can certainly recommend it. Now for the camera, it's okay. Camera doesn't crank out amazing results. It's certainly fine, and dual camera is cool, but it's really not that useful. And zoom, well, I can just use digital zoom on other smartphones, and photos from the Mi A1 and videos from the Mi A1 are not amazing. It's okay, it's usable, but don't expect great things with the camera. You can certainly get better pictures and videos from something like the Moto G5 Plus, which actually has really good camera. This is not that smartphone. This camera is not that impressive. And let's get to the little stuff. Speaker performance is pretty good. Headphone jack performance is okay. Call quality, really good. Like I said, build quality, everything. There's really nothing that's truly lacking about this phone. And while it wasn't all that incredible in terms of performance and the fingerprint sensor and camera on Android 7.1.2, those issues have been cleared up on Android 8.0 Oreo, which is certainly a nice thing to see. And that's especially nice considering the price range. A lot of flagship phones didn't get Android Oreo update just yet, and it's so great to see a mid-range phone like this get Android Oreo updates super fast like this. And Xiaomi did keep their promise. They said that they're going to launch the Android 8.0 Oreo update before the end of the year, and they did. Well, almost. Well, it was really close between the early 2018 and late 2017, but whatever, we got the update. So overall, this phone is really good. And not even mentioning the price point, which is, I got this phone for like $229, which is just a steal. So let's go over it real quick. Great display, really solid build quality, pretty good camera, is usable. It's actually not too bad. It's actually good. Really fast fingerprint sensor. And pretty good audio quality. Excellent software experience, like one of the best in this price range, or pretty much any phone for that matter. Android One is awesome for that reason. And, well, performance is good, battery life is awesome. So really, if you're looking for this phone, you might as well just buy it, because it's really good in pretty much every single category. Well, while it's not awesome in every single category, it's definitely good to great in every category, at least in my opinion, and has been my experience. So recommendations, I can certainly recommend this phone for pretty much anyone. This could be a great main phone and also a great secondary phone. And, well, this phone is just awesome. So that's about it. So this has been my review of the Xiaomi Mi A1 after the Oreo update. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, well, give me a dislike. And if you want to see more videos like this, definitely be sure to subscribe. And anyway, guys, Peace out.